Hi Ashton, thanks for your question. Unfortunately, the easiest way to evaluate this is to use polynomial long division. No shortcuts here. So, as you can see, I set this up down here. We're going to take the coefficients in front of the leading degree of x, and we're going to ask ourselves, how many times does this one go into this one? So how many times does one go into 2? It goes in 2 times. Now I have to decide where to place that 2. If I place it here, I have to bring up the x to the third. What I'm going to do then is I have to multiply x to the third times x squared, and that's going to go in here. If I multiply x to the third times x squared, I get x to the fifth. That is bigger than this degree of x here. So my goal is to place this in the place that when I multiply the x terms together, I get the same degree of x that is right there. So if I multiply x squared times x squared, I get x to the fourth. If I multiply x times x squared, I'll get x to the third. So that's where my 2 is going to go. I'm going to bring up my x. Now I'm going to multiply 2x by x squared. As you can see, I have parentheses and I placed a minus sign in front of it. So 2x multiplied by x squared is 2x to the third. Multiplied by my next term, 2x times negative 2x is positive. Oh, whoops, sorry. My bad. 2x times negative 2x is negative 4x squared. And 2x times 1 is, of course, 2x. Okay. So this is just like regular long division. Now I'm going to subtract underneath. And I want to make sure that this cancels out right here. So it indeed does cancel out. 2x to the third minus 2x to the third is 0. And then I'm going to want to note my next term. It looks like we have negative 4x squared plus 4x squared. So we're going to have 0x squared. Even if it is a 0, go ahead and bring it down because it's going to help you keep track of where you are in the division. There we go. And then negative 15x minus 2x will be negative 17x. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to want to do is bring down my next term, so that's a 5. And now I'm going to repeat the process all over again, except this time I'm looking at this leading degree, or I'm sorry, this leading coefficient down here. So how many times does this number go into this number? How many times does 1 go into 0? Oh, 0 times. Perfect. Very easy. So we're going to put a 0 there. As you can see, I've run out of space on the top, which means I'm going to have a remainder. So my remainder looks like it's going to be, I'll have a plus negative 17x plus 5. And that's going to be over this original term that I was dividing by, which is x minus 1 squared multiplied out. So if you write the whole thing out, this is actually equal to 2x plus 5 minus 17x over x minus 1 squared. Woo! And that will be your final answer for the problem. Thanks again for your question, Ashton, and I look forward to answering more of your questions using SnapMath in the future.